Tonight, the world is watching the Middle East again.
At the center of the crisis stands Iran.
Decades of rivalry have built toward this moment.
Military forces are already moving into position.
Geography may decide the outcome of this crisis.
Energy routes through this region power the global economy.
Iran possesses one of the largest missile arsenals in the region.
Air defenses would play a critical role in any attack.
Drone warfare has reshaped modern conflict. But escalation could spread far beyond one battlefield.
The crisis is not just about two nations.
American forces already surround the region.
Carrier strike groups project enormous power.
Air superiority would be essential in any operation. Long-range missiles could strike across the region. Defensive systems attempt to stop incoming threats.
Drones have become one of the most disruptive weapons.
Modern wars also unfold in cyberspace.
Proxy groups could expand the conflict rapidly.
Escalation could spread beyond the original strike. A blockade could disrupt global trade.
Much of the world's oil flows through this narrow corridor. Markets respond instantly to instability. Diplomacy remains the most powerful weapon.
International institutions may attempt to intervene.
Interceptions happen within seconds. Night operations provide tactical advantage. Satellites watch every movement.
Radar systems detect threats instantly.
The world reacts within minutes. Financial markets react immediately to geopolitical shock. Civilians are often the first victims of escalation.
Conflict could trigger large-scale displacement. Airspace restrictions could paralyze regional travel. Naval forces reposition to control critical waters.
Neighboring countries begin preparing their forces.
Diplomats rush to prevent further escalation. Cyber warfare expands the battlefield far beyond geography.
Energy prices could surge across the world.
Western alliances carefully monitor the situation. Major powers calculate their strategic interests. Alliances could reshape the conflict.
Missile stockpiles determine long-term capability.
Long-range weapons extend the battlefield.
The greatest fear is uncontrolled escalation.
Disruption here could affect billions of people.
Diplomacy may still offer a path forward.
Sometimes wars reach a dangerous stalemate. The future now depends on decisions made in the coming days.
The Middle East, once again, stands at the edge of history.
The situation continues to evolve by the hour.
Logistics determine how long any conflict can continue.
Satellites provide constant surveillance of the battlefield.
Air bases provide the backbone of modern operations.
Missile defense systems attempt to protect major population centers.
Drones can monitor targets for hours without detection.
Naval forces allow countries to project power far from their shores.
Fighter patrols maintain control of contested airspace. Intelligence analysts evaluate thousands of signals every hour. Several escalation scenarios are now being considered.
Aid organizations prepare for possible emergencies.
Critical infrastructure could become strategic targets.
Cyber defenses must constantly adapt to new threats. Economic stability is closely tied to regional security.
Direct communication channels may prevent miscalculation.
Military planners work around the clock.
Surveillance aircraft gather vital intelligence.
News networks report developments minute by minute.
Evacuation plans may be activated if fighting intensifies.
Alliances shape the global response.
Armed forces remain on high alert.
Some locations carry enormous strategic weight. Technology often decides the outcome of modern conflicts.
Analysts estimate several possible outcomes.
The timeline of events could unfold rapidly.
Some leaders still push for peaceful solutions.
Stability in the region remains fragile.
Intelligence agencies track every development.
Several futures remain possible.
The world now watches what happens next.
The crisis continues to unfold in real-deal time.
Long-range aircraft could strike targets thousands of kilometers away.
Radar networks constantly scan the skies.
Electronic warfare can disrupt enemy systems.
Warships may escort vital commercial shipping. Energy flows connect economies around the world.
Aid groups prepare for potential emergencies.
Communication systems are critical during crisis.
Strategic reserves can stabilize markets during shocks.
Several pressure points could determine the next move.
Coordination between forces is essential. Space-based systems provide global visibility. Forces remain ready for rapid deployment.
Rising risk could disrupt international trade.
Media outlets around the world follow every update. Quiet negotiations may be happening behind the scenes. Each step brings the region closer to confrontation. Allies consult each other before making decisions. Stability depends on careful restraint.
Tonight, the world watches this region closely.
Late tonight, Iranian radar stations began detecting unidentified aircraft approaching the Persian Gulf.
A U.S. carrier strike group had already moved closer to Iranian waters hours earlier. Iranian air defense operators quickly realized the radar signatures were multiplying.
Israeli aircraft were also reported launching in coordinated formations.
Flight path suggested a complex, multi-directional approach toward Iranian airspace.
Iran's missile forces immediately moved to high alert.
Satellite feeds began updating command centers with real-time images.
Several strategic locations appeared to be possible targets.
Air defense units responded by launching interceptor missiles.
Within minutes, the news spread across the world that a major confrontation might be unfolding.
Leaders now face critical strategic choices.
Escalation could spread across multiple countries. Diplomacy still offers a possible exit.
A regional war would reshape the Middle East.
That's untold.
Economic consequences could spread worldwide.
Alliances will shape the global response. Deterrence aims to prevent the worst outcome.
Direct communication can prevent dangerous misunderstandings.
People across the world follow events closely. Global stability may depend on the next decision. Sometimes history pauses before the next move. Several futures remain possible. The world is more connected than ever before. Peace is always the most valuable outcome. Restraint can prevent a wider war. Markets may stabilize if tensions ease. Stability requires time and cooperation. Diplomacy remains the foundation of peace. Peace. Long-term stability requires careful strategy. Every decision echoes across the planet. Billions of people follow events closely.
Some crises eventually cool down.
Patience can prevent disastrous decisions. Stability can slowly return. Cooperation remains the best long-term solution. History offers lessons for the future. Understanding the situation is the first step toward peace. Our world remains deeply interconnected. What happens next will shape the future. The story of this crisis is still being written. The world continues to watch. Some conflicts fade with time. Peace is always possible. Strategy shapes the fate of nations. The next chapter has yet to begin. Our world remains connected by every decision.
History continues to unfold.
The future depends on choices made today.
The world waits for the next move. This story is far from over.